Okay, welcome to Paperback Adventures. This is a roguelike deck builder conveyed in word game. This is the setup actually, so you have a shop for later. I'm not sure why that should be set up at game setup, and I'm playing against rats in the sewers. Rats in the sewer, and this is the archive, which you also are instructed to set up. The archive is used to fill the shop, but you don't use the archive nor the shop, so I would suggest to not bother with that at game setup. Now, the rats, they have these chevrons, and the blue chevron, as the rulebook instructs, says what the during the clash phase the enemy will do. The red and the yellow, not sure, and the reds are at 10 hit points because it says so, and it's very important that you set up the stage 1. And the yellow text here triggers when on the second turn. This is Damsel, one of the protagonists. She starts with, this is training mode, so you start with inside intel as the book says. In these green things, she starts at not 20 but 25 hit points. These yellow and purple things, I think these are hexes, but they start at 0. And the green tray actually slides better than the red tray, and the red tray is a bit too tight, I think. This energy thing also starts at 0. And a game consists, you draw a hand of 4 cards from your starting deck. The starting deck is denoted by the arrow thing, and I drew Rash. From the items, there is a starter deck card. This symbol signifies Damsel, so she's a kind of assassin. And this icon is explained later in the book, but it says that it costs 2 energy. Energy is the blue thing. And this is a wild card, and I can draw 2 wild cards because of setup. And if you don't use them, you gain an energy at the end of turn. So there are 3 phases: the perp phase, the clash phase, and the end of turn phase. The bandolier, it talks about crowns. These are boons, the yellow things. And this is an enemy vowel, which was quite confusing, but I think you can decide to use it. So for example, share could be used, but it always stays in the table, and if you use it while it stays on the table, then it is fatigued. Plus it advances the enemy action, so they will become immune. So it's not smart to use this card. I'll just leave it here. This works together because this is a Damsel card, and the Damsel card explains how the venom thing works, because there is no venom tracker, nor is there any defense tracker. The energy tracker corresponds to this icon, and this is splaying to the right, and you could also splay to the left. But if splay to the right means that the right hand sides of the cards are visible and active. So now I cannot use the dashing boots because they cost 2 energy, and I don't have. You start with 0 energy. This will give energy, but only at the end of turn, and this will give energy only at the clash phase. So I'm now going to the clash phase, and I think they go together. So this is 3 energy, so I move my counter here to 3. I deal 4 damage, so the reds go to 9 and 6. Okay. So that's the energy. The defense to all in. This is not used, so it's only 1. And I don't have dashing boots. And they say here I deal 4 damage. The enemy being the group of cards. So I receive 3 damage. So my 25 here becomes 1, 2, 3, 22. So far so good. Is there more things in the clash phase? Yeah, I overlooked the active middle card, which says gain 3 defense. And this gain 3 defense nullifies the attack. Now, end of phase. Wait, what's this? This is barely visible. It's not half a damage, half a poison or something. So there is no poison dealt here. The 3 energy is done. At the end of the phase I gain 2 energy more for the wild cards that I didn't use. So I have now 5 blue at 5. Yeah, cool. I think we are now the enemy. So this rulebook is what you need to print out from BGG or from my HEO. It's the same version. And if you have an Epson ink printer, then set emphasize ink to more, because the original rulebook is both old and poorly written and hard to read because of the thin black lines. So that's why I'm using this thing. And let's see, it's not very clear what turn structure is. Let's see. Yeah, a bit of a mess. Okay, cleanup phase it's called, probably. Move the top card of the word you display to the fatigue file. Okay, so there's no more R. And until the end of the battle, so I cannot use the R. Move the rest of the cards in your word to the discard pile. So this will be the discard pile. Advance the enemy action indicator to the next action. And the red tray is kind of a bitch, but now they are immune. Moving from top to bottom, if there are no more actions, return the indicator to the top action. Draw 4 cards from your deck. Next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's more or less it. And they don't talk about end of a round, which is sad. But I gained 2 energy because of the wild cards. So it was 3 plus, yeah, other things for end of turn. And I think now we are on to net or something. Also, it's not clear if you can keep your cards or have to use them or lose them. Time 10. So I'm going to use 10 then. And yeah, Damsel is about attacks, so this, not really sure, I think it's discarded. Prep phase, this time I do have the dashing boots, but they are not attacking, so I'm not going to use that again. Since they are not attacking, I can also do net, gain an energy. Yeah, whatever, gain an energy, and they are immune to attacks. I guess it works like that. So 1 more energy. Because I don't use the wild card, 2 more energies. And that is the cleanup phase. So they go to the regroup. And this is all. Yeah, so I'm using. I was using net, so the T is dead. And next turn, I have 2 cards, so I will shuffle. This is about. Yeah, this is more or less the idea until they die. Okay, bye.